Hello and welcome to another edition of POV Live in the morning, where now today we are discussing Meghan and her reputation, her image, whatever it is, it's in pieces. And there really isn't a clear road here. And I'm being very honest because over the last few lives, we've been talking about what's next, right? Like we'll send out the message into the universe. What's next for Meghan Markle? And it's just nothing comes back because she's already exhausted all the avenues that someone in her position would already take. Where a rich, bored housewife, okay, well, that's very obvious, lifestyle crap. We've seen it with other celebrities. A rich, bored housewife, okay, fashion. I think there's a reason Meghan hasn't gone into fashion. I think Meghan knows that she's not good at fashion because for someone like her that is all about the clothes and the press is all about the clothes, I really believe that that should have been the first thing she would have done if she thought she could do it, right? Because fashion is not really something that either that or it's too much work. I was going to say it's not really something that you get a hold of. It's just like she's probably not good at drawing maybe, or I don't know. Either that or, like I said, she knows that she doesn't dress good. That's true. She knows that she doesn't dress good or dress well, same thing. And she only dresses like crap to have people talk about her. That's true. I haven't heard that one in a while. That's true. All like very obvious, right? Meghan Markle, New York City, the big giant pants. She dresses like crap on purpose so people will talk about her. That does make sense. I remember seeing some people say that in the comments, that she does dress like crap on purpose. See, here it is right here. This is just a cartoon, but this is essentially what she looked like, just to get it out of the way. That's what she looked like right there. That's a little cartoon that I had mocked up, but it's the same thing. The floppy shirt. The shirt should probably be white, and then the huge giant pants. It doesn't make any sense why. But that could be true. The idea that this woman hasn't gone into fashion because she knows she sucks and she hasn't done anything because when she dresses like crap, it's so that way we can all talk about it. That totally seems like something she would do. Man, I haven't heard that one in a long time. That's very true. I don't think I've heard that since like early 2024. So now this, Meghan's little reputation that she has in pieces, brand experts reveal her last chance to stay relevant. Well, this whole thing with Method Communications trying to now go quiet, this is the problem with her. Where for the last, I don't know, what has it been? The last 3 years, maybe 4. Okay, fine. We'll say 3. For the last 3 years, she's been constantly in the press, just all the time, right? And then now in 2025, now all of a sudden, you want to go quiet, no longer leaking to People magazine the way you used to. Now we've seen, I think we've seen about 4 or 5 exclusives in Page 6, I think. But that's since Method came in. And Method came in already, we're August 1st. Method came in, I believe, mid-June. So in 6 weeks. So she's tried to go quiet, Know Us Weekly, Know People Magazine, stuff like that. She's tried to go quiet, and this is the problem. You were so hard in the press before, and what happened? It didn't go the way you wanted it to. You thought that means that, holy crap. That means that Meghan Markle really thought she was going to win the public over by having 20 stories in the press every single week. Oh my God. That's true. That does confirm that then. That's true. Because for all of these years, if you remember, she would be in the press 10, 15, 20 times a week. So then back then, she really believed, if I tell these people about myself and I leak to the press over and over and over again, it'll work and they'll like me. Come on. It's Meghan. It sounds believable. It really, really does. Excuse me. Okay, lucrative media deals. We all know the money spearing Fenton. Yeah, because they both suck. They're now at the fork in the road. Next steps are crucial for their financial future. Okay. And brand experts say it's time for an overhaul. Another rebrand. Oh, Christ. Another freaking rebrand. That tells you what's on the way. Rebrand. Okay. Rebrand to what? I mean, Harry's obviously trying this whole statesman thing and philanthropist. I don't know. What's Meghan going to rebrand to? She just rebranded to the trad wife, right? I don't know. I think this is going to be like rebrand number 1976, at least. Maybe even over 2,000 rebrands at this point. I just don't see it. I don't know what they could both possibly. Now, Harry, if Harry's trying to rebrand to become the statesman, technically he never went away from that. So she's going to get something done, right? And just like that. Technically Harry's been doing that the whole time with his stupid little speeches. So him trying to rebrand that's why that feels like, I guess that means the Netflix deal, he's out. And Meghan, like I said, Meghan has nowhere to go. It's like Meghan has done this to herself because she didn't work over here. It didn't work over here, but yet she changed. Like if she would have continued for the whole women's rights thing with the UN, okay. It would be 2025 and she's still doing that, but she's not. She doesn't even care. It even seems like she doesn't talk about the topic at all anymore, because I think it would be against the brand of trad wife if you're talking about women's rights because you're in the kitchen, Meghan. So it does. All of this stuff does make sense because when she boxers herself in as a trad wife, there's only one place you can go there, and you got to be good at the job. And she's just not. She's not even good at being a trad wife. You want to know why? Because she's probably not a good wife. No offense. No offense. She's probably not a good wife. She probably doesn't like to cook for him. She probably doesn't like to clean. She's got all those nannies. She's not a good wife where if he has a problem, she supports him and she loves him. She doesn't give a shit about him. Meghan doesn't care about Harry's problems. She cares about what money he can provide for her problems. See, she even said it on that podcast. I love the way he supports me. I love how he loves me and the kids. That means, right? So when Harry has a problem, she's not a good wife and she doesn't say, no, we can talk and I'll listen and I'll be here for you and I'll be supportive. No, you know what? Here, take this and go pay it. All right. You're like Harry's there crying. I can tell he's crying. My dad won't answer my phone calls because I'm Prince Harry. And then she's like, can you shut up? I need this paid. I got to get the more stuff on the credit card. Can you go pay this? Oh, this woman doesn't care. Harry doesn't care about him. I mean, Meghan doesn't care about him. Hell no. Let's see. Fork in the road. Next steps crucial. Brand experts say it's time for another rebrand. Number 2000. I spent this week on the phone with bigwigs, someone who spoke on the record about how they would advise the Californian royals. How would I advise them? Okay, well, before we get into what they say, in my opinion, what should they do? They need to do what they've been trying to do, but do it well. And that's why I don't think they can. They need to put out more documentaries, but make them good. Meghan needs to put out another book, but make it a good book. And this is what we're talking about when I talk about talent. We've been using that word a lot lately. Talent. These people just don't have it. Instead of trying to see what you can rebrand yourself as again, why don't you put out a documentary that's actually going to get a good rating? And people are going to watch it and they're going to be like, oh, shit, that was good. I liked it. I want to watch it again. But no, they don't. They want to put out a documentary about polo and live to lead and these kind of stupid, just moronic ideas, and this is how it is for them. That's exactly how it is because they're just untalented. They've got nothing when it comes to here, and they've got all these employees. And then we even saw a new report in the mainstream media that they don't listen to those employees too. Let's see. One piece of advice: a certified winner can almost guarantee a sort of strategy. Oh, so earnest, Meghan. Oh, so earnest. All right. That doesn't think what I think it means. Would dismiss out of hand. Before going in depth, let's start from the beginning. No. Let's not start from the beginning because we already know all this crap. They failed at Netflix. They failed at Spotify. We all know the 100 million in the room. Yada yada yada. Okay, here we go. Hold on, let's get it. Thank you so much for being here on this POV Morning Live. Like and subscribe and share the stream. I always forget to say this stuff, but thank you so much for being here. Let's get into the chat for a quick sec, and then we're going to get back to it. Her looks are fading, not the look she had when she married Harry. Ugh, I'm going to have to disagree. I've never thought she looked good. She's never. See, people always say that on the lives. I was seeing it yesterday. We were on the Royal Mess, and people were telling me again, oh, you have a crush on her. No, I don't find Meghan attractive. Okay, when we were talking about Amber Heard 2 years ago, I would say, yeah, Amber Heard's hot. Well, Amber Heard in 2014, not Amber Heard in 2022. But, Amber Heard's good looking. Meghan is not good looking. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. That's probably offensive. I don't care. But it's the truth. I just don't find her attractive. I just don't. I don't know. It's ugh. And they always say the same, oh, you have a crush on her. No. Maybe Amber, sure. In 2014. According to brand experts I spoke to, this question leads to reputational status, yes, which is in tatters. If you're wondering why the client isn't included in Meghan Markle Inc., yeah, because she doesn't care. Of course, we talked about that last week. She cut his ass out. She ruined his life. And now this is hilarious that it's happening where it's only going to be about her. Was that this week or last week? I don't know. They're all blurring together. Harry isn't included. There's a good reason for that. His wife, firmly American celebrity space. What are you talking about? We just saw Tyler Perry and what do you call it? Who was there? Who was it? Tyler Perry, Oprah, Kerry Washington. At Beyonce. No, what wasn't Beyonce's concert? Where is it? At the concert, it was Tyler Perry. No, I don't have it here. And a bunch of other people. Who was there? Tell me, who was there? All the people at that concert where Meghan wasn't there. Oh, Kris Kardashian was there. Thank you, Ginger. Kris Kardashian was there. Wasn't Khloe there too? I'm trying to find the damn thing. Oh, here it is. Found it. There they are right there. Now, when we ran this story, this was because supposedly this had to do with the insult that Tina Knowles told Meghan on her podcast, which essentially that entire episode, remember, it was they all said to us, oh, it's going to be an amazing episode with Tina Knowles, with Beyonce's mom, and then nothing. Because I'm sorry, and it's the truth. I'm sorry, Meghan, you're just not that good. Just if I could tell Meghan to her face, can you please just go support this man? Okay, go be a wag, wife and girlfriend, Meg. Just go be a wag. Go be a nobody that nobody ever talks about again. That's it. It's done. We're good. Everybody's good with this conversation. And really, when you think about it, I wake up some days and I'm like, I wonder if she's going to do anything today, or we can talk about something else. Right. But there's nothing. I always look around and there's just nothing big enough to talk about. We need like another Amber Heard, Johnny Depp trial. That's what we need to get Meghan off of the damn front page. That would easily get her ass done. We don't have to talk about her for a long time. We had another trial like that. So here are all the people. Gayle King, don't know who that is. Oprah, and then the two Kardashians and Tyler Perry. There it is. Why wasn't Meghan there? That's the kind of thing. You wonder. American celebrity space? Okay. Maybe gossip celebrity, right? Gossip rags. That's probably what it is. TMZ type of shits. Royal watchers have noticed recently that the client appears to be repositioning himself in projects in line with a working royal. He's been doing it the whole time. So we're really not going to get into that. But he's been doing it the whole time, very obviously trying to be some half in, half out person and make it look as if he can still do it, And the part, you want me to tell you the part that really makes it bad is that this isn't even his deal. You know, when you want to talk about this, what was the sentence right here? This sentence, he appears to be repositioning himself in projects that in line of a working royal. Okay, that's great. The only problem is all the stuff that he chooses to do is either meaningless or it doesn't do anything. Well, child, what do they actually do? What's the other one? Better Up? Same thing. Travelist? Same thing. You know, Invictus Games, I mean, we can kind of see what Invictus Games does, kind of, but then it's even worse that all of those veterans have to pay their way to go to Invictus Games, right? Everybody knows that. That's one of the worst things about that thing. So when you really look at it, and now he's doing this is Diana's. See, he doesn't have anything that he can actually call his, I mean, I guess well child, but even still, that's mental health. William does that. Better Up again, mental health. William does that. And William did mental health a long time ago. And then Harry barely started it because his wife screwed up his mental health. That's probably why. Is that what happened, Harry? Did you get with Meghan and she messed you up so bad that you had to start talking about your mental health all the time? Yeah, I would too. She feels like it. For instance, Angolan Mines reports suggesting the client call back, whatever. This is all well and good. Puts money. What? But none of it puts money in the Montecito piggy bank. Now, we can talk about that for a quick second. Yeah. The conversation of what does Harry get paid for, right? We've had this conversation before. Watch. How many speeches has Prince Harry done in the last year? Okay. Well, I guess I'll just go F myself. Now, we're going to do this first query, and then the second one that we're going to follow up with is how much does ChatGPT know of that the client gets paid? See? And these are all online. That's what they are. They're all online. Everything is public, so it's not like I'm making anything up here. Okay. 5 major speeches, August to July. Okay, 5, right? We see that right there. Okay. How much does he get paid per speech? And how much does his agency take? No. Yeah, agency charge for a speech. Yeah, that's it, right? That's right there. There we go. Hello, Tara. 2020. Here we go. Here we go. Right here. This is ChatGPT. This isn't me just making up some shit. Up to $1 million per talk. We got breaking news right now. Breaking news. Now, we're going to give the chat a little poll here. Do you believe that? Does the client make up to $1 million per talk? 1 for yes, 2 for no. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Do you believe ChatGPT right here? And like I said, I'm not making this up. You can see it on the screen. Depending on the event, audience, and frequency, some reports 300K to 500K. See? Top tier appearances, 750K to $1 million. And this is on Tatler. That's right there. Mainstream media on Tatler. So if we're going to go with, you know what? Fine. We'll give him the low end, both of them. Low end, 300K. He had 5 major public speeches in the last year. So he made $1.5 million. That's on the low end. Okay. The high end, 750 to 1 million. The high end. He had 5 public speeches. So you're talking about upwards of close to $5 million. That's what it is. You know, and that's what we're talking about when, especially that I've been talking about all this with the Netflix deal and the money and all this. We don't know what kind of cash this guy's getting paid. I believe this. I've believed this ever since we looked into this. I believe we looked into this like 2 months ago. Or I ran the story last month. Wait, what are we in? August, right? But the beginning. I think it was like at the end of May, I ran that story about how much does Harry get paid. And a bunch of people got in my comments. It's like, dude, you got to understand this guy's name is who he is. So he can ask for that kind of money. Is Harry reporting these to the IRS? I don't even think he has to. Would he? I'll say, we'll just say. I mean, I'm sure it would because it's going through his agency. Okay, so case, caveats, notes. The agency's commission is 30%. Harry's speech estimated $1 million. His agency likely charges the commission 20 to 30%. Damn, 30%. Fuck, that's a lot. If he receives U.S. source income, fees, speeches in the United States must report that income to the IRS. Income earned inside the U.S., you can see it there. Prince Harry is a non-citizen, non-resident, would only owe tax on income generated within the U.S. Oh! Well, that explains a lot. That explains why a lot of his speeches are overseas. You friggin' client son of a... Okay. Well, that explains why every time we see him talking and he's holding a stupid microphone, he's sometimes, most of the time, not even in this country. Okay. Let's see. What's the question here? What's the question? Of his recent speeches, which have been in the USA. Clinton Global Initiative, 1. Okay, we're just going to count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. Okay. The Nexus Global Summit, where my wife is trolled in 2018. Shut up, Harry, you moron. New York Times Deal Book Summit, Clinton Global Initiative. He definitely got paid for that. You're not going to tell me he didn't get paid $1 million for that shit. Clinton Global Initiative, those people are greedy elites. You will never get me to believe he didn't get paid for that. New York Times Dealbook Summit, Nexus. I bet he got paid for this. And the reason I believe he got paid for this, because they created an entire event just for him. Literally, the label for the event, it was a chat with Prince Harry. That was the label for it. Like he's a star or something. What the Upfront Summit, Vegas, Pledge to Invest campaign, Diana Award. Oh, the Diana Award. Of course he got paid for that. He definitely charged his mom's charity. Okay. Now, how about the ones outside the USA? So he had 4 in the USA. Let's see how many he's got outside. Invictus Games, I guess, I don't know, that would be a ceremony, Vancouver, Living Legends of Aviation. I said outside the U.S. Okay. I said, which speeches has he done outside the U.S.? Vancouver. No other. What do you mean? There was also China, ChatGPT. Really, ChatGPT? Really? See, Shanghai, that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, so then that's 4. So these he probably got paid for and doesn't have to worry about it. And they're probably paying him, some type of different way besides direct payment. You know how these people work. It goes from one charity to another charity to a different charity to something else. Like, that's the way it works with these people. That's why they have, what was the number? 24 or 21 charities in Delaware. That's why they got that. That's the point. Between Buck, let's see. Harry is doing all he can in good graces of the royal family. It started with the peace summit meeting advice. I'm sorry, but you want to know what? This was kind of like a backhanded thing to me. The fact that this guy wanted to give them his diary. Like, who the frick do you think you are, bro? I'm gonna give you my diary so that way you can plan accordingly. What a loser, man. And that's just, the thing about it, it's believable. It really is. He's so like that. You can definitely tell he's like that. Oh, Christ. Look at this first sentence. Watch out, Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop. Meghan could be coming for that celebrity lifestyle crown. No. Look, I'm not really a fan of Gwyneth Paltrow. I like her in the movies that she's been in. Sure. Seven, Shallow Hal. I got to think of some other ones, but basically those two, she's really great in them. She's great in other movies as well. But I don't really like the whole, vagina scented candle. And we know, I bet you anything, Gwyneth is like Meghan. They hate men, right? The whole misandry thing. But when it comes to Gwyneth, I'm sorry, no. I don't think there's any way, as this says, Meghan could be coming for the celebrity lifestyle crown. No. I don't know. Oh, Iron Man 2 as well. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, she was great in that. That's the thing. I don't know. It's got to be PR. I don't know if these people are delusional. Who wrote this crap? Sharon Hunt. Who the hell is that? I've never heard that name. Okay. I just don't know why this delusion is out there in the press. Maybe it's for stories, maybe it's for whatever. But what Meghan is doing right now, I feel it's so low level. It's lazy. It's disjointed. It's very, very unorganized. And it feels like she doesn't know what she's doing, especially with the fact that she is the one that said, "Oh, I'm the CEO. I'm the CEO." Yeah, I know, right? That was in my head too. I was hoping that her name ended with a K. I'm sorry, with all the problems that she has with her brand, with all the problems that she has with consistency, I don't know where this comes from because I feel like she has freaking decades to go, man. I feel like she has like 10 years at least, especially with the way she's going. Look, if she was restocking every week, okay, and then she put out a post on As Ever on it. Watch. The last post was just the wine one. If she put out a post on As Ever and she said, "Oh, we're restocking all the products for As Ever. Yeah, we're doing it." Okay, good. That's what a normal company is supposed to do. See? But this is even how long ago was the wine? It was on July 1st, Diana's birthday. It's been almost a month. It's August 1st. A month. See? You're going to be releasing a wine every month, or and then she was even talking about doing seasonal bullshit. What are you talking about? See, that's why it's so disjointed. It's almost like, what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? Or is this something I've said it many times before? This is just for her ego. Okay. That's all it's for. It's so that way when she's with the clones and they're all drinking, oh, glug, glug, glug. Oh, yeah, clones. Yeah, did you see that my wine, it's sold out again? And did you see that my As Ever, it's still sold out and people want it? Yeah, glug, glug, glug. No, Meghan, no. It just feels like the business is not for a business. Now, will she get a hold of it? I don't know. I don't know if she has what it takes, man. Because just from what we've seen, you can really see that this woman either... If she has said, because she has said before, "Oh, I'm doing everything." Hey, man, if you're doing everything, you're doing everything wrong. Bro, that you suck, dude. For real, you suck so bad, Meghan. I am so sorry. But herein lies the problem. Gwyneth spent years establishing products in alignment with her high-end wellness brand, including these. I told you, the vagina candles and coffee enemas. Oh, really? Oh, I guess that's why they call it coffee, right? In Hollywood. Lover, hater, Shakespeare, and love actress come on genuinely authentic. I mean, she comes off like an authentic douchebag. Yeah, but she is authentic. That's true. Like, Gwyneth Paltrow is the rich white woman. That's the vibe. But it is authentic. I will give them that. To take it a step further, Oscar winner, look further, no genius, HR chief, spokesperson, astronomer, PR masterstroke, Netflix deal, no longer yet because she sucks. In summary, Gwyneth. Okay, now this is the part I guess they're talking about. In summary, Meghan, like Gwyneth, needs to embrace the cringe factor and be willing to make fun of herself beyond simply posting silly dancing videos. I don't even think that dancing video was to make fun of herself. That dancing video was for her and the little pregnancy war that she has going on right now with the people on Megxit. You know, that's what it is. That wasn't to make fun of herself. She knew what she was doing when she put that shit out. She knew that everybody was going to talk about it. It got 50 million views, probably even more now. Yeah, that's true. It probably has like 60 million now. Oh, here it is right here. Here's the PR expert. Let's see what these people say. No matter her actions, she tends to attract a swarm of criticism. Now, I can understand that. Okay, we make videos about her. I won't say that I don't. But the problem, as I just said, maybe 15 minutes ago, everything that she's done is bad. But we're told how good she is. See, that's the problem. All of the press, all of the People magazine, all of the stuff, everything. Oh, Meghan is an amazing businesswoman. Meghan is PR savvy. Meghan is this with her business. But you don't even restock, and then your wine is and then your products are and your jam is not actually jam. You know, all of these things, really? And that's why it doesn't make sense, because what we're being told and what is the product doesn't equal. And that's why it all stemmed from turning her shoulder at the royal family, her own family, and the Declaration for Privacy, and persistent attempts to make news. Well, thank you for admitting that. Thank you for saying that she's the one that actually does it. Good. Furthermore, unlike the gentle transition, Gwyneth to Hollywood, Meghan's move from historic royal, how it seems sudden and unnatural. It's very unnatural. She was just doing UN women's rights. What? When was that? 3 years ago? Right? I mean, she still talks about women's rights all the time. Sometimes. Remember that whole Thanksgiving debacle? And then she put out the Afghan women, right? The press about the Afghan women, and literally it happened the month before. But it was for Thanksgiving in October. Okay. Association, let's see. So unnatural. There was never an association with her cooking or food. It came across forced and staged. Everything she does is staged. We all know that. Everything. The other flags, and inability to deflect criticism with self-deprecating humor to maintain authenticity and relatability. She's not a princess. She's a duchess, a former royal. What are you talking about? She lives in a mansion. It's so stupid when they talk about this relatability crap. She's literally a former royal. I don't know if that really counts. We talked about that on the live yesterday. Something no matter what, thrown her way. Gwyneth isn't the model here. Think of Martha Stewart after prison, TikTok and Instagram. Okay. No, no, ma'am. Don't bring up Martha Stewart. We saw what Martha Stewart said yesterday about Meghan Markle. So no. So what did we get from this? She has to, or they have to rebrand again. Okay. To what? I don't see it. See, and this is what we're talking about. A reputation in pieces. It's all in pieces, man. She got the shot. She got the rebrand. People continued to listen to her. People continued to give her chances. And she failed. And it wasn't there. Like, the talent is, it's like, we could talk about sports, right? Quickly. It's like when you draft a player and you put the player in the game, right? You put the player in the game and then you see that he can't play very well, so you got to cut him. That's essentially what Meghan is. So, yeah. I don't think this is going to work, but do you think they're going to rebrand one more time? Number 2000, one for yes, two for no. What do you think? Do I think they're going to rebrand? damn, Meghan just rebranded. I don't know if they'll like announce it or something, but maybe I don't know. Yeah, options as never. It's just, yeah, her brand is a rebrand. Yeah, right? Her brand is a rebrand. It's like, it's a failed experiment, man. It truly is. Look, Water Dragon says no. Oh, what's up, Water Dragon? I haven't seen you in a long time. I don't know. I don't see anything, and I feel sad for that because I remember back in 2024, I was like, she's going to do something finally, and we're going to see it, and there's going to be something, and finally this all isn't going to be for naught because she's a talentless hack. But now, a year and a half later, the only thing that you can say is she's a talentless hack. That's it. Oh, well. Okay, thank you so much for being here on this live. We will catch you next time.